Namco. Funny thing is, that's the old logo for Namco, but on the box it has the Namco Bandai logo. I don't know if the change happened like late in development or only on the second printing because I have the greatest hits version or what. But yeah, there's Siegfried shoving SoulCalibur into Soul Edge. That causes Soul Embrace, I think is the technical name. But yeah, the intro music is really unexciting in this one. This is SoulCalibur 3. This is where the series kind of started to go downhill for me and others. My hand! Sorry. That's something you hear a lot if you play as Siegfried in SoulCalibur 6, which I do. Yeah, there were a lot of things that went against this game. Some people love it. For some people, this is the best SoulCalibur game, and there are reasons for that. And I won't say that they're wrong or anything. I mean, personally, I think SoulCalibur 2 is the best. Although 1 has, like, ultimate nostalgia points for me, because that's my earliest gaming memory. I think 2 is just the best in terms of its combat system and its design and whatnot. But, yeah, as you can see, this isn't quite the action-packed intro that, 2 had, or the graphical showcase that 1 had. It's just kind of like, here's characters. So yeah, this is the third of the new characters that we've seen in here. You saw the guy with the scythe earlier was, what's his name? Zesalamel. Then the girl with the ring was Tira, and then the one with the umbrella is Setsuka. Those are the 3 new characters. Technically there's more, but they're like bonus characters, they're not full roster members. Also, this is the only SoulCalibur game where Ivy does not wear purple. Very important, I know. Yeah, I don't know. This game is kind of where things went off the rails, and there's reasons for that. And essentially, I think one of the biggest reasons, in terms of just how the series progressed, it was really not a good decision to make this PS2 exclusive. The second game was on all 3 major platforms at the time. It was on PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube. It sold the most on the GameCube, which was the least selling of those 3 consoles. But it, managed to sell because it had Link as a guest character. But it really was not a good decision to make this exclusive, and I guess maybe they got Sony bucks out of it or whatever, but that trade-off of losing such a huge audience was not worth it. Those people could have become, those people could have become fans, and granted, if they were, Nintendo-only people, they would have been left behind anyway once the Wii came out, because, the next games after this wouldn't come to the Wii because it was behind technologically. But anyways, so that was a big reason for it. Also, this did not get an arcade release until after the console version, and granted, arcades were kind of dying out, but it still wasn't a great idea in the days before you could patch games, because that meant that there were glitches and imbalances, which meant that this game competitively was not as good as the second one. And they would fix some of those in the arcade version and, do things, expand on some of the characters and whatnot. They made some of the bonus characters full characters, that sort of thing. But of course, that means that the upgraded arcade version never came to home consoles, unlike with Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection, where eventually that came to PS3 and PSP. SoulCalibur 3 Arcade Edition did not. As for other reasons, there was no guest character in this game, which was a major blow, I have to imagine, to its potential reach in terms of audience. I think the other reason that, aside from that this game, I think, really went downhill is just that it can be a chore to play in single player. The AI, as you will see, is kind of cheap, and there was no reason for them to do this because there is a lot of content in this game. So if they want you to make your playtime, you don't need to make the AI super cheap, so we have to spend hours trying to beat the game. Like, just let us play the, wealth of content provided like the other SoulCalibur games did. Anyways, I should jump into something now. I've been at this introduction stage for who knows how long. Like, what is this, a Mr. G-Star video?
Disgusting! Absolutely disgusting!
I'm just kidding. I don't mean to insult him. But yeah, let's not copy other YouTubers, because that would be absolutely disgusting. Let's see. I'll do Soul Arena, because this is basically the arcade mode, and I'm actually going to kind of do a double thing, yes, here, where I'm going to play through the arcade mode and the story Tale of Souls mode. Yeah, so let's look at the roster here, because this is important. Yeah, I'm sorry, if any of you wanted to get right to the gameplay, then, kinda out of luck. Here we have Zasalamel. He is a cool new character. He has an interesting backstory, and he also turns into the final boss, which is Abyss, that guy. But anyways, I'm just gonna kind of go over some of the characters there. And then he has this alternate costume. I don't like it as much. I prefer when he's got his arms out. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go into the alternate colors. Cassandra returns from SoulCalibur 2. I probably shouldn't go over like all of the alternate costumes, because then I'll be here forever. I don't know. Maybe I should do videos where... yeah, you know what? I should do videos where I critique fighting game character costumes, and then I remember that Matt McMuscles already does that. But hey, who needs originality, right? This is a Let's Play channel. Yep, Taki returns. Pretty similar outfit, except this time it's blue instead of red. Mitsurugi. Gotta be in every Soul game. And there is Siegfried, back as a separate playable character from Nightmare, and if you remember from 2, he was not separate, he was an alternate costume. And then, I'm just gonna, I just wanted to show you his alternate because it's actually really cool. This was before SoulCalibur designs got terrible. And then there's Nightmare, who's basically just like a new body, like that inhabits the armor and is possessed by Inferno, instead of like Soul Edge possessing a person. This time it's like sustained inside the armor, whatever. I don't know, I probably should have looked at the story in a little bit more detail again. That's also a cool can't speak. That's also a cool alternate. I mean, look at that helmet, that is awesome. Yep, Ivy, always gotta be in every game as well, because she's popular, but again, first time they didn't have the, purple. So, yeah. Astaroth, of course, and this is kinda, too, this is where they started making departures from the previous designs. Like I've already mentioned, Taki and Ivy having colors changed. Astaroth is this red guy, instead of the costumes from the first 2 games, which were pretty similar. Like, the first 2 games, when they shared characters, their costumes were generally not too different from each other. This game, a little bit more of a change. Of course, Valdo has to return. This guy creeped me out as a kid. I just gotta say, I don't like this guy. Oh, and by the way, no third costumes as far as I know. But I guess the character creation is supposed to make up for that. And by the way, first game with character creation. There's Tira, another new character. She has a ring blade. I don't really like this character. I mean, okay, yeah, her weapon's kind of, like, not really practical at all. But then, granted, Ivy's got, like, some weird fantasy weapon, and some of the other characters do, magic crap and whatnot, but... With Tira, it's just like, okay, first of all, when did green hair dye exist in the 1500s? But, I don't know, she seems like too much of a... Well, later on, anyways, they give her, like... I think it's only in the later games. I don't think it's in this game where she has her jolly and gloomy personalities that she can switch between, and it's... I don't know, she comes off like they wanted to put Harley Quinn in SoulCalibur. I don't like it. Setsuka's kind of cool. She's got like an umbrella, and then she can take a sword out of it, kind of like Shizamaru from Samurai Showdown. So, yeah. Also, she's got kind of an interesting backstory that's like a little bit more grounded than you know, all the evil sword shenanigans and stuff, where she's like a foreigner who landed in Japan at as an infant and was adopted, but was ostracized because of being a foreigner. And there's Raphael, and this is where they started turning him into a vampire. Not really in this game yet, but in the next game definitely they made it a thing, and jeez, they really went off the rails with the later games. Part of that is my nostalgia for the early stuff speaking, and then part of that is just like they were just kind of getting to a point where they were just doing crap because they didn't know what direction to go. Kind of like with the Tekken story. And Talon returns because, you know, of course, she's one of the popular characters from the last game. And I believe this is like all of the characters from SoulCalibur 2. Or most of the characters from 1, and then like all of the characters from 2 except the Guess and Charade and Necrid, who's kind of a guess because he was designed by Todd McFarlane, but he's an original to this series, so I don't know. So basically, all of the characters that aren't like mimic characters and guest characters return. So it's pretty much the SoulCalibur 2 roster, plus the guys we left behind in 1, plus a couple new ones. And there's Yun Sung. I hate this guy. He's annoying. And his whole storyline is basically just like making Sungmina have to drag him away from looking for Soul Edge because he can't be convinced at how evil it is, even though there's this guy who's been possessed by it that goes around just killing people to eat their souls. And he's like, yeah, but I want to see it for myself. And speaking of, there's Sungmina, so, you know, hooray, I guess. And like I said, her whole character kind of gets derailed at this point because, or around this time, because she just has to keep running after Yun Sung and keeping him out of trouble. And then Maxie, everyone's favorite Elvis pirate, returns. Nice little fur on the coat there. And Shanghua, you know, don't really have much to say about her. I don't really play her all that much. Killick, the guy with a stick, who he's got a move in this game that the AI just gets wrecked by, and that makes him great. I used him to unlock some bonus characters. Yoshimitsu, the weird dude who flies on his sword and stuff, and also his alternate costume is like a squid man. So yeah, if you thought Tekken 7 did that first, no, it was this game. And then we have Rock, who, you know, as always, never had a major role in the storyline. I really wish Bangu had grown up to be in SoulCalibur 5. I think they said they planned that. Those of you who don't know, Bangu is like his adopted son. Would have been great, but no. Also, he wears an elephant head for his alternate. But, oh yeah, actually, it's probably worth mentioning. And in Soul Edge and SoulCalibur 1, he uses a giant axe, but then when that became Astroth's thing, they reinvented him as using a mace instead. Oh, crap. I didn't mean I did not mean to do that. Anyways, I'm back. Sorry about that. I accidentally picked him. I was trying to show off his weapons, but you can't do the weapon selection in this mode, I guess, so that's unfortunate. Sofichi returns, of course. She's one of the main characters of the series, kind of, although you have to unlock her in this game, which is odd. Olkaden? This is the Mimic character. Yeah, apparently his backstory involves him, like, being cursed by the gods to have the head of an owl, and also the feet, because he's got, like, talon feet. But if you don't like that, you know, if you for some reason don't want Owlman to be walking around, you can change his costume. Because I guess that's what he's supposed to look like before the owling. Look at that hair. And then we have Cervantes, the actual pirate. Also, kind of like his alternate, kind of calls back to the SoulCalibur 1 alternate. Lizard Man returns from being a bonus character in SoulCalibur 2 and a main unlockable character in SoulCalibur 1. And his weapons are changed to this time be a shield and an axe instead of a sword and a shield, since both Sophitia and Cassandra had that covered. Normally I play with this alternate. Look at how he just kind of shifts his head to each side. Anyways, and then here's the boss of the game, Abyss, who is like a form of Zasalamel. This guy's creepy looking. But yeah, this was also the first boss that was not Inferno, so that's, I guess, interesting. And we have the bonus characters, at least the ones that I've unlocked. I don't have everyone. There's Huang from Soul Edge and SoulCalibur 1. Arthur from the Korean version of Soul Edge and SoulCalibur in the arcades when they couldn't put in Samurai because of, like, all this historical and political context, and I'm not really going to go into that. So instead they just had like an American, not American, I don't know why I assume he's American, just European guy who basically is a samurai, but not really because he's not Japanese, I guess. Revenant, who is kind of cool. He's a skeleton. He uses wave swords, the game calls them, which I don't think that's a real weapon, but you know. They're just kind of like, I don't even know how to describe them in words. Greed. I guess this guy is one of the 7 deadly sins, but none of the other ones show up, so, you know. I guess they must have canceled the party and he didn't get the memo. Miser, who, I don't even know what this character is. Like, what are these people? And then here's Valeria, the first of the shopkeepers. And then the second one of the shopkeepers is Hualin. Okay, Valeria's the item shop, Hualin's the weapon shop, and then Lynette here is the keeper of the armor shop for character creation parts. Also, her weapons are tambourines. Anyways, we have Luna, who is in the Chronicle of Swords mode, which is like this RTS mode with its own story, and who really cares. And then there's Amy, who is Raphael's adopted daughter, who is staring at me, and I don't like it. Oh, man, okay, that was all the characters. Actually, that's not even all of them. I don't have all of the bonus characters, but I was not going to wait until I unlocked all of them to do this playthrough. I'm gonna pick, for this, I guess I'm going to pick a bonus character, because I can't pick one in Tale of Souls. So I'm gonna pick Valeria. And out of the shopkeepers, I don't know, kind of like her the best. It's her or Lynette, I don't know. Hualin can just leave. She's not as cute. Yeah, maybe now you can see why I like her. But anyways, okay, all right, camera, come on. But yeah, her weapon is Grieve Edge, which, come on. There we go. Which is like a kicking style. Okay, sorry if I'm... There we go. But, yeah, so the bonus characters in this game and the creative characters have their own, like, weapon styles. I don't know why you're, like, punching. You don't really punch ever. But yeah, there's, like... weapon styles that are you kidding me? That are exclusive to the bonus characters and the Create a Soul characters. Come on. There we go. But yeah, maybe you can sort of see from here why the AI in this game is terrible, and that was like one of the things that just made me dislike this game as a kid. I loved SoulCalibur 1 and 2. This game disappointed me so hard, and it's probably just because I just never had the chance to really experience any of the good stuff. Also, if you press a button during this screen, they make a noise. Yeah, I never really got the chance to experience any of the good stuff because it was all buried beneath layers of this crap. And I don't know why they did it. I legitimately don't know why they did it. And you can say, oh, turn down the difficulty. Well, yeah, that might work for this mode, but not all of the modes in the game have difficulty selection. Tale of Souls mode, for instance, doesn't have that. So basically, you either have to do 1,000,000 battles or whatever, not actually 1,000,000, but you just have to do a bunch of battles and lose or win, because you can unlock things by getting, like, you know, this many 100 battles or whatever, or by actually, like, getting, you know, accomplishments in the game. But, you know, if you don't understand how to exploit the AI, or maybe you're just amazing at SoulCalibur, then you're just prepared to lose a bunch and unlock things that way, because it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. Which is, I guess, a nice concession on their part. Or you could just do versus battles like in Smash and, you know, gain it that way. See, what they should have done with this style is have the kick button make her punch. And then make the normal attack buttons make her kick things. Thank you. They just use, like, the shop lines that they use when, like, when you buy things in the stores. So, whenever you play as Lynette, she'll always introduce herself and say, "Welcome to my store," which is amazing. There we go. Come on. Yeah, get guard impacted. But here's the thing. It's not just that the AI is, like, smart or anything, because it's not. Like, it does legitimately cheat. And I've heard some people say it can actually block you from behind, which I've never experienced, but if that's true, then I've got some angry letters to send to Namco, like, 13 years ago. But, yeah, like, it does, like, it honestly does, like, read your inputs and, you know, and do all that sort of cheaty kind of stuff, you know. Oh, a new item has been unlocked. Yeah, I probably hit a certain number of battles, and that's how I got, like, a new character or something. Also, I think I already said when you press a button on that screen that your character says something. Well, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure I already said that. I'm just stupid and forgot.
I will never lose.
Alright, well, we'll see about that. Cameraman, stop! Jeez, let people have some dignity! But yeah, you can see one of the kind of innovations here is that they've added low walls, and, like, SoulCalibur 2 had walls, but this game adds, like, walls of lower height, which you can, if I can demonstrate this feature. Come here, come here, come here. I just want to show off the gameplay. I don't know why you paused in the middle of your sentence there. That awkward delivery makes you sound like me. So that's like the thing of. Will you just? The thing about Stop it. Stop it. Okay, so I guess I just do not. God, I gotta figure out what that launcher was. But basically, like, if you can do a launcher and then juggle someone over the wall, you'll get a ring out. But if you just, you know, smack them against it, it just acts like a normal wall. You know, it adds a new dimension of gameplay.
Listen, my soul rages with strength.
My soul rages with strength! Listen! Ugh.
Gotcha.
Come here. Oh, okay. Alright. That was the move right there that just destroys the AI because they never block every hit. Like, they'll block all of them, and then the last one will hit them. Why don't you shut up more? There we go. Just trying to figure out some moves here. I could have, like, actually practiced, but I mean, why would I do that? I don't know why she thanks people after just slaughtering them. Ah! I hate that screen, by the way. It looks so cheap. It's just like, we just put him in front of a JPEG.
Welcome.
I don't know, I liked it better in SoulCalibur 2 where they actually, like, turned towards each other. I liked everything better in SoulCalibur 2. Also, you can see here, this game just looks blurry sometimes. I don't know what it is. I don't know if y'all notice, but for some reason, this game can just be blurry. I have no clue why. God, she travels such a distance. There we go. But I think it's only kind of in certain stages. I think it's just... I guess it has to do with an effect. Like it might be me, because I think I notice it more on certain stages. It might just be like an effect that they use. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a PS2 thing. Who knows? Because I swear I'm like one of those people where I just notice in a lot of... Like, when I play different games on different systems, they kind of have their own, like, quirks of how they render things. Sometimes it's a lot more noticeable. Like, you know, oh, blurry Nintendo 64 textures versus pixelated PS1 textures that are constantly warping, unless the developers, like, actually, you know, did things right. I wasn't even listening to what the announcer said. But I swear, like, PS2 games kind of have this blurriness to them. That GameCube and Xbox games don't really have, at least not as much. I mean, obviously they're not crystal clear if you're like me and you play these games on a CRT with a composite output, because you're too cheap to use component or SCART or whatever. I don't know. There's like people that get elitist about this stuff. And you know, someone's gonna be like, oh, you should capture your footage in, like, VGA or something, and I'd be like, yeah, but I only have so much money and space in my house, and I'm not good at technology. Wow, did that actually, like, dodge? Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to hit her on the ground. I don't know why that wasn't really working. Wait. I can't believe she just soul charged in front of me and I didn't even interrupt it, right? Like, to be fair, this game is more enjoyable now that I'm kind of older and I can understand fighting games more. I don't know if maybe, like, their playtesters were the same as the previous games, and then they were like, oh, the game's too easy, because they'd already gotten so good at SoulCalibur games, and then it's like when they release it to the general public, oh, here we go, here's the end. It was like, no, it's not. That's actually what happened with Rayman, apparently, the original one. The level designers were the testers, so like when they tested the game, they were like, oh, this is easy, because of course they knew their own levels inside and out, and Ubisoft didn't have the money to hire more testers. Like, believe it or not, Abyss isn't actually like a super unfair final boss or anything. Like, he doesn't have any just like completely murderous attacks. Like, he's no Shao Kahn. There is another boss in this game, Night Terror, who is like the super secret ultimate boss, who I've never even played against because I'm just not at that skill level. So I think you need to beat Tale of Souls without losing any matches, which is Yep, he saw that coming. Oh, alright, well, it looks like I'll have to continue.
This is absurd. I shall break you like a twig.
9, 8, 7.
Just stand over me, that's fine.
Welcome.
No!
You battle 2. Fight.
Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die.
Is this really...
Die. Go ahead and die.
Oh!
You lose.
Talking to yourself there, huh? Go ahead and die! Ah! Oh crap, I could have gone ahead and died him from there.
Go ahead and die.
Go commit, die.
You battle
That's what she
2.
should say.
Fight.
Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die.
Go commit, die. Go commit, die. Oh man, why isn't Despacito Spider a SoulCalibur character? Oh man.
You
I guess I'd need to make him.
1. Fight.
I don't know if you really could in this game, or 6 for that matter. But then again, you know what? If people can make Magikarp in SoulCalibur, they can make Despacito Spider. I would not be surprised if someone has already attempted that. There we go. I love how I spin
You
on the
lose.
floor.
Battle 2. Fight.
Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die.
This is my entire strategy now. It's just telling him to go commit die. Come on. There we go.
Go ahead and die.
Nope.
Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die.
No!
You
Why would you do this to me?
battle 1. Fight.
Go ahead and die.
Come on. Come on.
Go ahead and die.
There we go.
Go ahead and die. Yeah. Go ahead.
No!
Ring out.
I was gonna try to ring him out.
Battle 2. Fight.
Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die.
Alright, there we go.
Final battle.
This is literally my strategy now.
Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die.
No! No!
You lose.
You don't need to destroy me, I already fell!
Battle 1. Fight.
Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die.
I give up.
Battle 2. Fight.
Go ahead and die. 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 Go ahead and die.
There we go!
You win.
Oh, man.
Final battle.
Alright, let's climb back up for the next round.
Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die.
Ah!
You
He still walked off.
Battle 1. Fight.
Go ahead and die. Go ahead and die.
You're kidding me.
You battle 2. Fight.
Die.
You win.
You.
Oh, there we go! Yeah! And then he explodes. Apparently this is just a SoulCalibur tradition of let me rise into the air before I writhe around and scream and then explode!
Legend will never die.
And for all that trouble, I get a game over screen. Remember when I said Abyss wasn't that hard? I guess I just thought that he wasn't because the whole thing wasn't that hard until I got to Abyss, where suddenly the game was like, nope. But see, I'd been playing Tales of Souls where everyone gets hard after the third or so battle. Like that's when the AI just decides it's gonna cheat. So it's like Abyss didn't seem that bad because everyone else was already that bad. Okay, bonus character Gerardot. He's one of the characters from Chronicles of the Sword. Ooh, Hell's Design. Oh. Lance Absolution.
SoulCalibur 3.
But yes, that's SoulCalibur 3. Let's see what I can buy with my money.
Hi there.
Hi there.
You
See, this is that one I don't like. Oh, I didn't see that didn't give me enough gold to get
You
anything.
looking for something?
Actually, I might be able to get something from the armor shop. Let's see. Even though I don't really make a lot of characters in this game, because if I want to make characters, I'll make it in the game with
Welcome to my store.
more options. You know, 6.
Can I help you find
Yep,
something?
thanks for barking, dog. You may or may not hear that. Ooh, I can buy a mustache. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Look what happens if you try to buy something.
Are you really gonna buy anything?
They get mad at you. Actually, let me go to...
Farewell, good luck.
If she will just shut up! No, she won't. Well, let me just finish this while I really should have... Oh man, I should have thrown that dog out 20 years ago. I don't even know what that means. Look.
You don't seem to have enough money. You're not planning on buying anything.
Alright, well, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the Tale of Souls playthrough at some point. Yeah, if you'd like to see more content like this, please tell me in the comments below. And, yeah, I think I already said thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, bye.
Oh, I'm